Okay, what's happening, y'all? I am here, and this young lady, Miss Santia Bailey, she DM'd me and she wanted to interview me, and she said that she would have to come to town to fly. I said, no need for that. I can bring you on my platform through StreamYard, so you didn't have to do all of that to interview me. And wait a minute now, you done went away. Uh oh. Oh man, you left. What happened? Oh, there you're back. So the name of her in the podcast, you got a podcast, correct? Let me your mic is muted. Wait a minute. We sent oh, you know what? Let me switch my I probably need to switch this. Hold on. Wait, say something? No, no. I can't hear you. Are you talking in the phone? Yeah, I can't hear you. Can y'all hear her? We can't hear you. You gonna put your headphones on? All right. She gonna put on her headphones. Give us 1 second. She'll be right back. Can you hear me? No, you can hear me, but we can't hear you. I'm not getting no mic on you. And I'll try again. Hopefully, when she comes back, we can hear. What's happening, Patrick? What's going on? Y'all just give us a second here, because I'm right. She trying to figure something out back there, but give me a second. And while y'all giving me a second, get those tickets. I'm gonna be in New York at the New York City Winery at the Loft March 15th. You can get those tickets at LaVarWalker.me. We're just gonna wait for her to come back, but get those tickets. New York City Winery Loft, LaVarWalker.me. Because if these sales don't increase, I don't know. But get them. Let's go. What's happening, Stinkerbell? Patrick, I see you, brother. Appreciate you. What's going on in Alpharetta, Patrick? What's going on in Alpharetta? Let me know. What's happening, Cashmere Mitchell? I see you. I see everybody. Santia's trying to get this together. Hopefully we can hear her when she gets back. And she's gone. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm supposed to be getting interviewed here, but it doesn't look like this is going through. Cincinnati, man, I need them to buy them tickets if I come to Cincinnati. Thank you for saying I'm funny. Hopefully you buy a ticket if I come to your city. That's what I was talking to her about, but I don't know what's going on. Let me see something. Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to the fiance. Welcome to marriage. Oh, cool. All right. Well, I know what I'm gonna do. Since she's not here yet, I know what I'm gonna do. We just gonna go and scroll. This is wild. Everybody's patiently waiting. This is wild. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this about Slutty vegan. What happened with Slutty Vegan, man? Slutty Vegan looked like she done filed bankruptcy or something. Which is, it's okay. I guess these things happen in business. It's no reason to shame. Slutty Vegan founder Pinko has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on 1.2 million to the SBA from a COVID relief loan. Okay. I don't, Shorty, I guess this lady gone. I'm just going to have to start this over. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, I'm from the crib. Oh, there she go. She back. Here she come. Hold on. I can't even hear you. I still can't hear you.
Mic check.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Hold on.
Wonderful.
Okay. So let's start this over. Let's get his introduction properly. This is Miss Santia Bailey. And Miss Santia Bailey has a podcast. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now that I know better, I am. And
Yes.
Miss Bailey reached out to me through Instagram to interview me. And Miss Bailey was saying she wanted to fly in and all this. I said, no, we can do it on StreamYard. And then I can introduce you to my wonderful fan base. So give it up to Miss Bailey.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you.
Hey,
Thanks for your time today. I appreciate it.
no problem.
Through all of our technical difficulties. So again, my name is Santia Bailey, and I'm a holistic practitioner. I am also a producer and event host. So I have been a fan of your comedy for a very long time. Comedy is my favorite thing to do, to see, to hear, and to meet comedians. So I just wanted to reach out and get your perspective on a couple of things because you are a man in today's society, right? And I like to hear your perspective on real life things, right? From the comedic side as well as just real life conversation.
Okay.
And we're just having a conversation here tonight.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's go.
Wonderful. Awesome. Wonderful. Wonderful. So first of all, I want to know how you are feeling and processing, not only just, with the craziness and the politics that's going on in the world, but in the entertainment industry as well. Do you kind of feel like you're being able to balance things in your mental health? How you getting through?
That's a great question. So entertainment has changed a lot in the
Mhm.
sense of attention um, has now toppled talent.
Mm,
So in today's world, it's just about being able to grab the attention now and kind of trick the algorithm or put the algorithm in your favor. And
mhm,
I know they do say that the algorithm is just the people, but you just have to be able to grab eyeballs because when
mhm,
I came up as a stand-up comedian, there were outlets. So like I was able to do, I did BET's Comic View, I did Last Comic Standing, I did the Shaq All Star Comedy Jam. I did a lot of these certain shows. Where
mhm,
nowadays it's just about you, the artist, really finding your own fan base. Hey, we just in the ocean, like you know what I mean? This is everybody in this big ocean,
yeah,
and it could be daunting trying to figure that out.
that's understandable. A question. I've always wanted to ask this question, so you're the first person that I ask. Is it true that comedians basically laugh to keep from crying? Like, do you have to have like a trauma-filled life in order to be a great comedian?
Um, I don't think so. I mean, growing up as a child,
Mhm,
I do think my childhood kind of because I just think people are born funny. Not that
True.
funny really means anything in today's stand up world because it doesn't. But I
Hmm.
think a lot of people are born funny, and then you get that itch, you get that bug, and you just love the stage and you love comedy. You know,
Hmm.
so I wouldn't necessarily say that anybody needs a traumatic field life. So no, I don't think
Hmm.
so. You know,
Okay. And what keeps you going when things are just crappy? Because I know there's ebbs and flows to everything.
God, man, it's literally like I feel like I'm walking in my purpose, and
Hmm.
it's a definite calling that I can't turn off. So, you know, sometimes I have to let go, let God.
Right.
It's a lot of belief. It's a real faith walk. It's a real like kind of journey thing, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this journey? Speaking of journey, what has this journey taught you about you? Like what's the largest area in your life that you've grown in?
I think I've grown in patience,
Mm,
you know, kindness, humility,
mm,
and then just enjoying the moment, you know, just being more in the moment.
hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, so on now that I know better, I interview a lot of men, and it's on purpose because as I say, men are overlooked and undervalued. So we're not mental health checking you. We're not seeing how you're feeling today. We're not really caring a lot of the time, if I'm being honest, because we always see the cape on your back, right?
Right.
And we're looking for you guys to shield and heal and help us. So, what's something that you wish not only women, but just the world as a whole knew about? Well, I guess I have to say you specifically that knew that. What do we need to know about you that makes you more human than the celebrity of your job?
What's I'm far from a celebrity.
Well, some people may see you that way.
Well, they seeing me in the wrong way. Let me turn
Hmm.
this. Let
Sure.
me turn off my do not disturb so this doesn't keep coming on. So
Okay.
you were saying, what should people? What could you ask that again? What
Yeah,
should?
absolutely. Yeah, I was saying is as far as us seeing you as a human. Let me just say that. So people in the spotlight, since we're not going to say celebrity. So people in the spotlight, what's something, and I have to ask you because I'm speaking to you specifically, but what's something that you would like people to know, like about you as a person, not just a comedian, that they may have misconstrued.
Hmm, that's interesting because I think if they know me as a comedian, it's just me. I'm literally being me. You know, I'm telling you my life, my
Yeah.
story. You know what I mean? And it might be slightly exaggerated in the performance, but
Yeah.
I'm just me. I don't have a costume or a veil like I'm LaVar Walker. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? I'm not like little lunch meters. You know, as people had them stage names.
Yeah.
So I'm just 100% me, uh, and just trying to figure things out. You know, I'm human. I'm a flawed individual.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and I get scared sometimes. I'm happy sometimes. I'm sad other times, and I'm just a person. You know, just going through the human condition. You know,
Hmm.
yeah.
And I often say that people that make other people laugh, whether you're professionally a comedian or if you're just the funniest person in the family, like you are the medicine for the people around you because laughter is the best medicine,
Hmm.
right? So how do you see yourself? Because I know you said that you are you, right? But
Right.
have you ever thought about it from that perspective about like you actually being a conduit from a person being happy or sad, not on purpose, right? But they can get on YouTube and like click on your videos.
Yeah, I never really thought about it. You know, I love stand up comedy.
Yeah.
you know, people's always telling me I was funny since a child.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was being serious, like I wouldn't, you know, I was just funny. I don't, you know, that's something from God or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just talk and people
Mm-hmm.
laugh times,
Well,
you
I
know.
want you to know, I don't know how often you read the comments, but a lot of people find your um comedy relatable. So it's almost like you're able to talk to a family member through, through your comedy, because we always have that one favorite uncle or cousin that's always like really funny, right?
Mhm.
But also, somebody might click on it after having a bad day and finding your comedy to be funny, and it relieves the stress of the day. So I want you to know, I wanted to say it to you, that, and I could personally as well, that you've made a lot of people's days. So please take that to heart and know that you're not going, it's just, this isn't in vain, right?
No, I appreciate that, and I take that as being, helping people
Yeah.
and an anointing. And then, with my career as working as a pharmacist for many,
Right.
many years, people are more happy when I'm telling them jokes versus giving them life saving medication a lot of
Right.
times.
Mhm.
So that is definitely something I'm aware of, and that I appreciate this ability or the gift of laughter. You know what I mean?
Right. Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I recently had the pleasure, I can say, of reading Leslie Jones's book,
Okay.
right? And she kind of takes you through a journey of who she was
Hmm.
and now to who she is, right? And everything in between.
Hmm.
Um, and then even like how comedy shaped her as a person, even though she already had tough skin, right? So she had to go through this process with and get even thicker skin.
Hmm.
Was there one or two examples that you could kind of give people um, of something that you experienced that made you toughen up or made you realize this isn't as easy as I thought it might be?
Man, all kind of stuff. I done been booed. I done been booed in comedy, beat
Okay.
up, uh,
Oh my goodness.
several rejections.
Not beat up.
No, but you keep going.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I've been through everything, and I've always gotten back up to fight it through. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's challenging. It's challenging. I mean, when you get in this game and you green, you
Yeah.
first thought you green, you funny, and everybody laughing, and then over years you start to understand the business side of it, which is
Yeah.
that's a whole other level, and
Hmm.
especially now more so than ever since the industry really doesn't exist anymore. You have
Yeah.
to be as good a businessman as you are a comedian. So
Hmm.
like for me, right now I've been focused more on the business end for the
Hmm.
last few years. So like, and that's just increasing content, doing some, doing these podcasts, jumping up every day, streaming, trying to convert people who might know me into buying a ticket to see me when I come to their city.
Right.
So yeah, and then too, another big inspiration for me is that I I ain't gonna lie, and I know this might sound shallow or it may even seem mean, but I just see so many whack comedians winning, and I
Hmm.
know I'm good, and I can't.
Yeah.
I refuse to relent. You know what I mean? Like I can't
Mhm.
stop. I know I'm better, and I just have to keep going. Like I know that might sound weird or jaded, but that's where I'm at with it.
Well, you answered my next question, which was new people coming into the industry, or not even new, just seasoned, because I know it takes a long time to really get recognized in this industry. But if do you mentor other comedians
Yeah,
personally?
I give everybody game. Like any young comic I see. I got a young brother on the road with me, Marcus Barnes.
Okay.
Uh, and then when I go to different cities, I always like to give guys game. And a lot of the game I give is just them owning themselves and, taking ownership and knowing it
Mhm.
is a business, Because at the end of the day, I can't necessarily say you're going to be the biggest comedian on the world based on how funny you are, because you're not. You're going to be the biggest comedian in the world based off certain business strategies and the way you maneuver through the business, and that's just what it is. Now, as a green comedian, when you young and you green and you getting the laughs, you in the club, everybody laugh. Man, I killed tonight. I'm this, I'm that. You know, that's a cool thing. But then as you get older and you're like, man, why these tickets ain't selling?
Yeah.
Why is this not going right? What am I doing wrong? You trying to figure out that aspect of the game, and that's kind of really where I'm at right now with it. You know, it's a
Hmm.
fight. It's a definite fight. So, especially when building your own table. Like I've
Yeah.
opened for guys. There's nothing wrong with being an opener. Do you or whatever you want to do? Like that's just. But being an older person that wants to build his own table, it's a monster, man. It's a monster. I can tell you that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Who was the first person that told you you were funny? Funny enough
Oh,
to actually go out on stage?
oh, everybody. I mean, even when I was in elementary school, they was like, "You gonna be a comedian?" And I grew up
Mm.
in Chicago. I'm like, I don't know what no damn comedian is. And the first time I even saw a comedian might have been like Bill Cosby or Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
But my idea of a comedian was this sounds crazy, but I thought comedians were actual actors, right? Who memorized the script and they
Okay.
would memorize the script and then just talk and make people laugh. So I was like, that's impossible. I can't do that. Like as a young person, I was like, oh no. But then I was just funny and people were like, man, you should be a comedian. And people just want to talk to me and stuff and kept telling me. So the first time I did comedy, I was in my first year of college
Mhm.
and I was on winter break and I went home to Chicago and I went up to All Jokes Aside. And I got booed. Like they lit cigarette lighters and booed me off the stage. And I was like, ooh,
Yeesh.
this is not for me. And so I didn't do comedy again until my last year of pharmacy school. That was
Mm.
6 years later.
Mm.
So yeah, that's like my story, you know. But everybody was telling me I would be on campus and just making people laugh, just walking up to people, talking and making them laugh because I guess it was in me, like I was obnoxious, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
now I'm
you
cool.
decided.
Now I do it so much. I'm rather introverted in public. I'll be chill. I'm good, you know.
Hmm. So you know how they say, don't never meet your heroes.
Right.
Have you met any of your comedic heroes who have disappointed you, or that you were excited that they were who you thought they were?
I've met I've met one of my comedic, very nice, very kind.
Mm.
Dave Chappelle, very nice, very cool. Um, Outside of that, a couple guys I looked up to. I wouldn't necessarily say they was heroes, but most of the big guys, most of the real, I think most of the real funny dudes in comedy, like the big time guys, are super cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you left.
I thought I put my phone on do not.
She left again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have my phone on do not disturb. It still went through. That's so weird.
Okay, cool. That's just that one number that you got that's not that it can come through on do not disturb, probably.
Yeah, probably. It's just my brother.
Okay. So yeah, everybody that I met was super cool. I don't remember any big comic necessarily rubbing me the wrong way or
Hmm.
a hero of mine like rubbing me the wrong way. I don't think I've ever experienced that
Hmm.
when I think back. So it's been no, it's been cool. Everybody been cool. I would
That's
call
good.
their ass out too. I don't mind calling no names out because I'm building myself up. So shit, you
Well, I
know.
appreciate that honesty. I love that.
Yeah, I'm building my own. I don't need no nigga to help me do shit. That's you know what I mean. That's how I look at it.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
all about. You know.
Well, you personally, what is a fear or a challenge that you don't mind sharing that you have overcome recently?
Oh, quitting my job to do comedy.
Hmm.
But I've been doing it full time now about 5 years.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
definitely am looking this. I looked that monster in the face, and that was really one of my biggest fears. But now I'm so deep in the water, it's just like you just keep figuring it out.
Yeah.
You get that freedom too. You can't turn it off. So
Hmm.
here I am. You know,
So how did you twist your mindset from the stability and the, predicted
man. So that's interesting you asked that. So like I ended up I was on this Hulu show with Amy Schumer. Uh,
mhm.
I was acting and I wrote a little bit on this show, and I played a character. He went by the name of LaVar, and he was a pharmacist on the show. Yeah.
Wow.
So I was in New York filming that, man, and it was like a dream come true. Like when I really sit back and think about those moments,
Mm.
working with Amy and all these people that I never thought I would come in a crosshairs. Because I'm
Right.
in Atlanta, primarily doing black comedy, whatever. But I did a show at Martha's Vineyard. This happened. But it was a beautiful day one day, and I went to get some pants. I think I was going to Zara or something. I'm in New York. I was staying at the Soho Grand, and I was walking back to my hotel. I saw Donnell Rawlins. That's Ashley Larry, and he was like, "LaVar, what up, son?" I'm like, "Yo, what up, man?" And so I went to talk to him, and sitting by him was Dave. And I told Donnell, I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm out here filming this show or whatever, yada yada." And then David looked, he was like, "Man, congratulations. That's what's up." I was like, "Oh shit, Dave, you know what I mean? I ain't taking no picture because I ain't want people to go crazy out
Yeah,
there."
yeah.
So long story short, I went back to my room, and then Danielle DM me like, "Yeah, man, good to see you." And I was like, "Yo, you doing some spots in New York?" So he was doing some show, and this was like during like kind of like it was a little bit after COVID, so they was still doing the mask and the.
Hmm.
Anyway, I went to the comedy club we was at. A couple people recognized me. I couldn't find them, couldn't get in contact with them, but I see all these people going downstairs because this was at this comedy club called the I can't even think of the name of it, but it got a couple levels. So everybody was going in the basement, and they all had these bands on. I didn't have a band. So I said, I'm gonna try to go down there with these people anyway. So I go down there. The girl let me in. She put my phone in the pouch. She put it in the pouch. I'm like, oh, Dave must be about to perform. Anyway, the show was wonderful. It was amazing. All these wonderful comics performed. Dave, Marlon Wayans, all these people.
Mm.
And before Dave went on, he had came in the hallway and he saw me again from earlier that day.
Mm.
Like, he said, "Congratulations to everything you got going on. And what's your name again? I want to look you up." And I told him LaVar Walker. He went, did this wonderful set. And when that show let out, I was just with him, Chris Rock, all these people. And I was like, man, this God talking. And I was like, I ain't going back to work.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And I didn't know what was going to happen. But like shortly after that, the way the universe aligned, like my Facebook started going crazy and started making some paper and then the show money. And then it was like, oh God, I've replaced my income. And so that's how it happened. It was God, man. It's really God.
Absolutely.
But right now, and 5 years later, I need him to come back. God, if you hear this,
He
I need
does. He
you
hears it.
right now, Lord, please, please, God, I need you so bad. Jesus
Mm.
Christ.
He needs you to enjoy the process. He needs you to have this
Oh, boy,
story to tell
he
somebody
getting me
else.
ready for something. I can tell you that. Jesus Christ, Lord.
You just keep doing the work that you know you need to do, and he'll do the rest. But
Yes,
I understand. But I get what you're.
yes, I will.
I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
Um, and through times like this, like, what are you doing to kind of woosah while you're waiting? Like,
Man,
which
shit, walking, content, running, doing whatever. You know
mm-hmm,
what I mean? Like the mind, idle mind is the
mm,
devil's playground. And I
It
tell
is.
everybody this too. When your mind running, man, just take your ass to the gym. Go to the
Yeah.
gym. But if you can't go to the gym, just go run as fast as you can. Put as much physical pressure on your body as humanly possible, because when you under like physical stress, the mind can't think. It shut the
Very
mind
true.
down. It'll shut it down. If I go try to bench press a couple 100 pounds and I'm under that pain with my muscles, the mind it just, and
Mm.
then the endorphins will kick in. Now you like, oh shit, now I'm back. You know what I mean? So it's a
Yeah,
dance. You fighting an 800-pound gorilla every day, every day.
I love that. With my clients, when I do one-on-one or in a classroom setting, I have them get a blank sheet of paper
Mhm.
and write things out, because it's always better for your brain to write things out. And when you're saying something to yourself about yourself, your brain does not know that it's not true. Right. So if you're saying I'm a failure, you're absolutely right. You are. And everything that you think through, your body thinks, oh, this is happening. So that's why you're able to remember something and you start crying or you start feeling it or you start seeing it, because your body is recalling something that made it real. So why not put yourself in a position of legacy, purpose, vision, trust,
Mhm.
forward thinking. So you're going to write down, I had not, I wish, I might, I hope, maybe one day. No, it's I have $1 million in the bank. My house is paid off. I am so so you're actually writing this down as if it already is happening, because if you don't see it before you see it, you never see it.
I am putting that down right now. I have
I have.
10 million in the bank.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're speaking what you are seeing in your heart and your head so that you can see it in reality. But if you don't see it in your heart and your head first, you will never see it in reality.
I'm writing all this stuff down.
And that's not something that I made up. Is true. It's in the Bible. It's in God's word. And if you have a relationship with whoever you worship or don't, it's fine. Even if you think about it, right? So when you get in your car every day, you don't know if it's going to start, but you have faith that your car is going to start, right? So if you are your source, right, on earth, if you're your source of income, if you're your source of peace, if you're your source of whatever, running your family, then you have to win it here first. You have to win it in your head and your heart. So you speak it, because again, the body does not know that it's not true. It doesn't,
Mhm.
because what you're speaking, you'll see it. And then if you're feeling sad, smile. It's gonna feel really crazy, but you have to practice it, because then it tells your brain, oh, I'm okay. You might be crying while you're smiling, right?
Mhm.
But just moving those muscles up, it tricks your brain to like, oh wait, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
I
Jump
love,
up and down, like you said, like go to the gym, whatever. But just change that mindset.
I love it. I
You have to.
appreciate. I needed this. So
Absolutely, I got you.
this is ordained. So yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
I will. I will.
Absolutely. And so I'm going to say that I owe you a stretch session, because I'm also a stretch therapist along with being a holistic practitioner. So when you are able to stretch your body in certain directions, and you can do this at home, you're able to get emotions that are stuck in your body, get them out. So you might feel the emotions. Some people might cry, some people might laugh, some people get sad because it was stored emotions. But then there's just certain things that you can do to also relieve the stress while you're waiting on your journey to move forward. And that's why I like to do these interviews specifically with men, because we need to know how you are maintaining your mental health, your physical health, and how we can follow that example to make the world better, because you might not think you're doing enough, but somebody's looking at you like, oh man, I wish I could have at least half of what he has,
Mhm.
right? So you're not where you were. You're definitely a lot further than where you started. So, like you said before, like taking that time to reflect is everything. On those days where you're like, this is not enough, this is not working, this is not what it's take time. Okay, I started here, I did that. All right, I met this person. Sometimes I go back in my camera roll, like, oh, wow, I did that. I forget, because I don't post everything that I do, right? So I'm sure you same thing with you. So just kind of go back and like, you did this, you touched this person, you met that person. It's always something to. be grateful and thankful for on purpose. You have to do it on purpose because your body wants to block it out because you're protecting yourself.
Well, would you recommend like when I wake up, should I like meditate, like gratitude
I
or
would say always wake up with gratitude even before you open your eyes. Like, be thankful that you can, because from your patients, right? Some people need help getting out of bed, some people can't even chew for themselves, so think of the smallest things, that the fact that you can roll over to get out of bed. So
Mhm.
always take time to reflect during the day. I pray every day. I try my best to read the Bible every day. I don't, but I try. But just something's good that's going to remind you to just please keep going, like, because somebody's inspired by you. If you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for the people that are watching you, and there's a lot of people watching you, right? So some people are there to see you fall, some people want you to be sad, right? And you have to refuse to allow the enemy to win
Mhm.
in the physical and the spiritual. And sometimes the enemy is in you, and you got to get them out, because we're usually our biggest enemy.
You're right. I love this. This is
It's
great.
difficult.
I'm glad you see how this work. Now, this is God talking, speaking through you, and
Mhm, mhm,
really
mhm.
using you right now because I know it's so random. A lot of times when people even contact me like you did, I'm like, get the fuck out of but for whatever reason, I'm like, yeah, what? Yeah, let's do a podcast. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
This was this is amazing. I really appreciate this, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Thank you for the opportunity. Like, I'm
And look,
happy.
guys, before we leave, make sure you guys go get those tickets. I'm gonna be at the City Winery Loft. And you can see this QR code. You can go to that QR code. You can get those tickets. Tickets are moving. So get those. City Winery Loft, March 15th.
Get y'all tickets.
And Santia, do you have a YouTube or whatever where you
So
can
yes, I'm part of Our Conic. So it's OurConic. And my Instagram is just Santia Our Conic. So SantiaOurConic. Santia Our Conic.
Okay, cool. And look, I would love to help you, man. So maybe we could talk once a week, or we come on
Sure.
here and do a podcast, whatever, and
I would love that.
break that down, and we could help you build. I share my platform with you as much as possible.
That would be great.
Hopefully, this can help, other people.
That's the goal. That's always the goal.
Now,
Always the goal.
somebody's asking right here, what kind of class? This is at the comedy. She wants to know what kind of class you're teaching. I guess.
Right. So I typically get together. So we'll do a journaling session. Sometimes there's yoga. I'll bring in a yoga instructor, but it's usually just self-reflection, yoni steams, stretch therapy, and meditation. So it's just like you. Oftentimes, now that I'm not in the spot anymore, I'll actually go to people's houses. So they might hold like a session with their friends, and we just reflect and talk, because a lot of times you think that you are the only one going through things, and when you find out that other people can relate to things that they have been through, y'all can kind of like exchange information, right? And what works for one person may also work for another, and that's why, again, I like to do these sessions, because there's so many people that can learn from each other, but we tend not to talk about our inner thoughts, because people might think we're crazy, or less than, or whatever, but nobody cares about that. I want everybody to be free. That's the point.
I love that. I love, and before, wait a minute, we just got a super chat to come in. Shout out to David Harvey official. David Harvey has come in with a 4.99 super chat, and he is from my neighborhood of Chatham, right over there on
Oh,
83rd and
wow.
Vernon. I grew up on 76 in Vernon, and shout out to David Harvey. We made it from the South Side. We are babies of the 70s, 80s, and 90s who made it. Now, this was a very, very rough era on the South Side of Chicago. So shout out to you, brother, and thank you for the blessing.
And so before we wrap up, I want to say, so this was the best birthday gift ever. Today's my birthday.
Oh,
I turned 44 today, so thank you very much.
oh man, happy birthday to you, man.
Best gift ever. So thank you for saying yes.
Man, what a blessing, man. This really worked out. And this was
Yeah.
such a great show. And Cynthia, where are you at? Where are you located again now?
I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina, absolutely.
North
I
Carolina.
did. I played Charlotte at Duckworth's
Okay.
uh, last year. I'll be back there, so please
Yeah. I'll
bring
be there.
everybody from
I'll be
class.
there.
And at the end of my show, we will do a positive therapy session. Because I'm telling you, man,
That'll be dope.
what you're doing is so important because right now, I think the world we're going into is
Mhm.
very uncertain, like just
Mhm.
with technology. And I do think like a lot of people are confused, a lot of people are lonely, and a lot of people they need that. They need that awareness. And this has really been therapeutic for me today. So shout out to
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate that.
But this is amazing. What an amazing thing. And you say you do a yoni sting.
I do, and I do lingam steams for men. So that's the prostate steam. It's it's great for you. I promise. I promise. It's a great way to prevent prostate cancer. It's a great way to prevent or treat erectile dysfunction. It's also great just as a what do you call it? Antifungal, antibacterial cleanse to your body, and then you're able to just sit and be by yourself. And then a lot of people take it as like a spiritual thing, but you're having time with yourself, and that's when you're writing things out. And I have my clients to burn it, like they go outside, pray over it, and then just burn it, and because you're letting it go. So you're purging yourself of, like, you forgive people, you forgive yourselves, you forgive situations, you forgive things that you cannot control. You let it go, you write it down, and then you go outside, you pray, and and you burn it. Please don't burn your house down, Jesus Christ. But just be careful when you're releasing things, and then you're gonna write again, like we said before. You're going to write the things that you want to come to you, that you're already thankful for, that you already see without seeing, so you can see it. Is what we typically do.
Wow, how positive is that? Now, with the prostate stain, would you that ain't nothing go up your butt, do it?
No, and that's usually the first question. No, you are sitting on a pot. So
Oh,
you're sitting on a stool that has a pot underneath. So it's herbs and just hot water, and it's steam, and that helps to loosen up any stagnant anything, energy included, right? So if you are currently, feeling the weight of the world on you, so you, like, you want to be able to release those things and balance all your chakras and pray and talk, or whatever you're going to do during that time. It's a relaxation time for you.
I'm scared my balls will hit that water.
It'll be fine. It's far enough away from it.
My balls are stretching
I
down.
promise. It's
Ah,
far enough away
ah.
from all of that.
Nah, that's cool, man.
It's far enough away from it, I promise. It's just the steam
Amazing.
that you get, that's all.
Well, cool, man. We definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna have to incorporate. What y'all think, y'all? Chat. We need to incorporate this
I would
into
love that.
because I pretty much go live and stream, and I just kind of talk about basically trending topics, what's going on for the week. It's just a way
Mhm.
to push content, but this was very helpful, and this is probably one of my most valuable streams. So
Thank you.
really good. You
Thank
brought
you.
a lot of value to the people, so
Thank
it's
you.
amazing.
I appreciate it. And I'm available whenever you need me to be.
Definitely, and we're definitely gonna do this once a week because
Okay.
people need it. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys. And also, if you want to tell them where they can find you at, um,
Yeah.
social media, whatever.
Yes. So I am Santia, Santia, Ourconic, Ourconic, on Instagram, and just Santia Bailey on Facebook. So, and my show will be out now that I know better. Will be out at the end of April. I'll keep you guys posted on the date.
Now, you say a show?
Yeah, so it's a podcast show. So it's me transition. Long I'll make it really short. Me transitioning out of my spa into being a mobile healer. to where I actually go to, as we talked about, yeah, as we talked about earlier. So me actually, I had a brick and mortar and was working in corporate America, and God had other plans, I guess. So
So,
I became
so
a mobile healer.
wow. So let me ask you this: what were
Yeah,
you doing in corporate America?
IT, cybersecurity.
Oh, cool. Okay. Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Was
Yeah.
it becoming soul sucking, or were you
No,
like,
not at all. I just the spiritual world just took over. And I've kind of followed that. So I've gone from having my own spa for 4 years into being a mobile healer, which was great for my clients. So, after work, they could just go home, right? And I go home with them to help them, wind down for the night. And then I started doing conventions. So they set up a actual like a VIP area for me and my team to come in,
wow?
and it's a whole group of people in Atlanta that I used to work with, and we did it for every corporate event that they had there, conventions and everything, which was a lot of fun. And then I got into media, so now I'm doing both. So the spiritual healing and multimedia. So with our Iconic, we do films and shows, audiobooks,
Mhm.
as well as we film for other people as well.
Amazing, man. Wow. So amazing, man. Wow.
Thank you.
Beautiful, man.
Thank
Well,
you. Thank
thank
you.
you. And when you get down, who do you go to talk to?
My husband, he's a great support. And I
Hmm.
also have a therapist. So you have to have, it's great to talk to a family member. That's great. But sometimes you need a professional. And I
Hmm.
definitely needed a professional. So, you give her all the nitty gritties, but definitely have your support system around you, even if it's somebody that just met.
Good. Yeah, yeah. Me and my wife, we talk, and
Hmm.
if she not kicking my ass, but no, it's cool, man. But
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, thank you, Santia. Y'all give it up to her one more time, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
And definitely, we definitely gonna have to bring you in. And
Yes, I would love
thank,
that.
thank you. So, good night, everybody, and God bless you all. And I'm gonna end this